Yo, it's your boy Mark Goodman, aka the voice box of the block. You know I'm hopping in the window like, bro, man, what's happening? It's early in the morning. I got a special guest with me, JoyLane. What's happening?
How you doing? What's going on with you?
Good morning.
Very good morning. Early morning.
I think you said I'm a little bit ahead of you or behind you. I
2 hours. It just hit 6 here.
Just hit 6. Where you at?
Yeah. I'm in Salt Lake.
Salt Lake.
Yeah.
Wow. How you like it out there?
Ain't no black people. I'm not gonna get robbed today. So ain't no black folks. Oh, there's a few sprinkled here and there, but
yeah. So you're a small percent. What's the percent out there, you think?
Maybe 3%.
Wow.
Maybe 3%. Wow. It was worse when I got there. There's more now. Wow. But it was worse when I got here.
So how are we feeling before we get started? I always like to ask my viewers, are we healthy? Are we trying to avoid COVID? Got to know how we feeling today.
How am I feeling?
Yeah, how you feeling?
I felt great last night. I felt wonderful. I actually got off work at a decent hour and got home and harassed my baby a little bit and woke up with something weird little throat thing. So it's kind of like I didn't put nothing in my throat last night. So what the hell's going on with my throat now? I don't know. But
so let's talk. Let's tell the viewers who you are before we get started. Who you are, what you do, and how you get into the comedian world.
Okay, my name is JoyLane. Let's see. I got into comedy because I was seriously contemplating going to jail. And that's not a joke. That's some real shit.
Okay.
I was very angry.
Okay.
And I was living in Florida. I actually got nominated to do a beauty pageant. And I was like, fuck. Did the beauty pageant and I needed a talent. And I was like, well, I could talk to any damn body. I don't give a damn who you are. I could talk to anybody. And I think part of that came from me teaching because I taught elementary school as well as kindergarten. I taught at the technical colleges. So it don't matter who you are. I could talk to you. You might not like what I have to say, but I could talk to you. So when I did the little beauty pageant, it was like, you need a talent. And I was like, well, I ain't singing and I ain't dancing.
Right.
So I'm going to talk some shit. How about that? And they were like, okay. So my talent was basically doing stand-up. And I got, for that pageant, I got photogenic, and I won some other little award they had. And all them bitches hated me. And I was like, what in the world? I'll just some last minute stuff I came up with. And the crowd liked it. And when the crowd liked it, I was like, oh, okay. Let me go ahead and put this in my pocket for later. And I just left it in my pocket. It wasn't nothing real serious. And then I was getting divorced. And I used to work at Cross Anchor Prison. I used to be a guard at Cross Anchor Prison. And I sat there and really thought about killing this motherfucker one day. Like no joke. Like, people get mad. Like, I could kill you. No, it was, I'm going to bury this motherfucker in my backyard, get me some lime, and kill this nigga. It was really on something. I'm going to kill him. And I realized at that point, I did not want to go to jail. So let me get far away from him before I really do something to him. Anytime you got your gun loaded and you done thought of a plan, it's time to move. So I put out my feelers for jobs in different places, and I got hit up by 3 companies in Salt Lake. And I was like, what the fuck is Salt Lake? In Utah? Ain't no black people there. And I filed for divorce, sold my house, and started driving from Jacksonville, Florida to Salt Lake City. Took me 2.5 days, but that's how mad I was. If you get to a point where you're so mad at somebody, you gotta get far, far, far away from them and do like a 2.5 day drive. You know you about to do some time. So I actually moved out here from Jacksonville because I was in Jacksonville for a while, and just picked up kind of where I left off as far as comedy, but my comedy changed. It was more angry. It was more, I don't give a damn who you are. You step on that stage, I'll come for your throat. It was more like that. It was more aggressive, whereas before that, it was more just fun. You know what I mean? It didn't have to make sense. It would be talking about random stuff. You know what I mean? But once I hit Salt Lake, it was way more intense and angry. And I did the intense, angry thing for about a year and a half, 2.
Yeah.
And I had a little following. And they were just kind of like, we never know what she's going to say. We never know what she's going to do. But everything she does just is so rah, intense type deal. And I met a lot of people who would come through this way from LA, because LA is not even an hour flight. And they'd be like, hey, you need to go to LA and try your chops out there. And I was like, all right, well, I ain't afraid of it. You know what I'm saying? So I went out to LA with the same thing. And when I got out there, it was more like, yo, she's funny, but she need to calm it down. The aggression is not cute on the women. I was like, I ain't trying to be cute, nigga. I ain't trying to be cute. Nah. And they were just like, no, be cute. And I'm like, no, I ain't being cute.
Now with, I would ask you a question now with cancel culture and things of that nature. Did that kind of change the way you did stand up? I always ask the question because, you know, they ready to cancel you. One wrong word, wrong sentence, you out the door.
Not me. I'll cuss your ass out, then have you ask me for an autograph afterwards. I'm going to say what I want to say. The one thing I can say about comedy as a whole, it gives you the outlet to say and do whatever the fuck you want. And I take that personally, primarily because I mean, for the people who go through my Facebook, and I got a couple who stop me and try to find something. If you go back far enough, I got my degrees, I got my education, I got my experience in life, like life stuff, right. the 9 to 5 to pay the bills. I'm not broke, I'm not homeless, I'm not going to be either, ever. So with that being said, when I'm at work, I'm at work. I do what I'm supposed to do at work. But when I'm not at work, all that stupid mess that you deal with on day to day, you know what I'm saying? Day to day stupidness, right, comes out in my comedy. So if anybody feels any way about what I say, you'll be all right. Because what are you really gonna do? You gonna take my house away? No. You gonna take my kid away? No. You gonna be mad for a minute? Cool. You'll be all right. I don't stress what other people say about anything I do on stage. I've had a little group of, they call themselves comedians here in Salt Lake, but they really cat fuckers that live in their mama's basement. Cat fuckers. Yeah, I said it. Who dropped out of college and don't really have nothing going on, but feel like because they're the 1%, they could come and they can critique what I do. You'll never be me. You never can critique what I do. So they tried it. They still show up to a lot of my events. And when they show up to my events, they're like, and I had this happen 2 weeks ago. Oh shit, now I see what it is. They wanted me to be their type of comedian. I'm not going to be their type of comedian because I'm not them. My experiences are not the same as them. I had one little comedian cat this was a while ago, who came out to do his little set, and all he talked about was being kidnapped, being put in a basement in the country, and people eating bits of fat off of him. I didn't find the shit funny, okay? But there were some people who were there who thought it was funny, and that's when I realized everybody likes something different in the comedian. You're going to go see somebody for X, probably because you can relate to whatever X is. You're going to go see somebody else because of X, because you can relate to whatever X is. And his type of comedy is not my type of comedy. As far as a person, he's a good person, but I don't laugh at his shit. I mean, it's just not my deal. And I'm quite sure there's some headbangers out there who like what he does.
I'll ask you a question. Do they be like beef in the comedian world?
Fuck yes. Oh, yes. I've had to my first 2 years in Salt Lake, because of situations like that, I had to really like knuckle up with a couple comics. It's funny. You would think that comedy, everybody's chill and laughing and funny, and no, some of the motherfuckers will try to slit your throat or cancel your shit just because they're jealous. I had some little punk ass, I wouldn't say his name, but I'm not even going to give him the opportunity to sully my podcast right now. Mm-hmm. I had a comedian who actually started calling promoters,
right,
asking them, why would you put her on your show?
Wow.
And the promoters who were cool with me would call me and be like, yo, so just call me. I was like, man, fuck that nigga. Fuck him. And they was like, yo, but he said this, he said that. I said, okay, now you have a choice. You signed a contract with me because I have my own contract. You signed a contract with me. You can cancel it. You still got to fucking pay me.
Right. Got you.
Okay. So you can listen to that if you want to. I'm still getting my money out of this. That's first. And then second, book him and see how many people you get show up.
Ooh.
Let's tell the difference. Book him and see how many people you get show up. Try that one. And they was like, no, we just wanted to let you know. I said, all right, you let me know. I ain't worried about him.
Now,
Not at all.
I do got a question while we're talking about this, because it is a competitive, obviously, comedian work is a competitive, I could say, sport. Sometimes it seems like between the comedians. And you look at the female comedian world, and we all know the great Monique and how she deals with things and how she feel like she's been slighted sometimes. Do you feel like the female comedians get slighted?
It depends on who you are. It depends on how you enter the game, and it's the game. It's like a basketball game. Mm-hmm. It depends on whether you're quiet and shy. It depends on who you are. You can easily be manipulated in the comedy world if you smile up in everybody's face, if you go back to everybody's house and hotel and room, and yeah, you can be projected as X. Me, I ain't smile up in your fucking face because I don't know you. That's first.
Right.
I had to really get back on my New Jersey upbringing to be in this game. Okay? And I figured after a certain point I'd be able to relax. No, you can never relax. If you choose to be in this game, you always gotta be on your shit. Because there's people who will try to take advantage of you all the time. For whatever they think you got, they think they can get. So with Monique, and I mean, as far as a comedian, bless her, she did things that no other Black female from Baltimore have done. However, absolutely, I think that she's going too hard on certain things. Now, she ain't never got like me. I don't give a fuck. I don't care. Okay? She ain't never got like me. I have people bigger than her that don't like me. That's cool. But I think that she's going too hard on Black women because she had her whole phase. She had her don't give a fuck phase. And for her to go at every Black woman for whatever, she need to hush with some of that. She was slighted by certain people, but I can guarantee you those same certain people she thought was her buddies and her friends, she was kicking up in their face. You can't do that in this game. You can't. Because they think that you just are marked to a certain degree. They're going to get over on you to a certain degree. Anybody who know me, no, you can't get shit from me except for a half crooked ass smile and a what's up. That's it. What's up? And I keep it moving. I don't have time for it. I don't go to the after parties. You're not going to sit there and give me a drink. We're not doing none of that. So it's how you present yourself in the game. And I learned that.
Okay.
But I learned that fucking with Cat Williams. I learned that you can't smile at folks and think shit is cool because everybody has an angle.
So you met Cat Williams?
I had this shit. I've had an interaction that lasted for several days.
Really?
With Cat Williams.
Okay.
And I'm not gonna go all into detail about it because I've spoken about it before, and that's when stuff gets turned around and twisted. But I will say, as a comedian, he is fucking excellent. Excellent. I don't think there's anybody out there besides Chappelle Rock, Dave Chappelle and Chris Rock, who are of his caliber. He is an excellent comedian. I can give him that all day. I will lay my life down on that statement. But as a man, and I got 9 brothers, as a man, that motherfucker needs some work. Okay? Now, he ain't got to like it. That's cool. He can't whoop my ass. He can only come to my titties, so it ain't like he can jump up and beat me. I'm not worried about that.
Okay.
But the shit he did with Tiffany Haddish, that was some old fuck shit. I mean, you feel a certain type of way. You can feel that way, but you don't motherfucking shit on somebody, not a sister, because you feel like another sister's better. Well, guess what? That other sister fuck with you, and I see what you are. So that's why they're not in the same situation. But as a comedian, he's fucking excellent. I can't take nothing from him nowhere. His delivery, flawless. His timing, flawless. His tags, flawless. But as a man, your shit's questionable when you run around high schools beating up kids and shit. Hey, that speaks for itself.
Yeah. Now, as a comedian being on the road, does that interfere sometimes with your personal life? Because I know a lot of times being on the road is demanding. And not only, with maybe your spouse, but maybe your kids, how do you kind of balance all of that? Because I know, being on the road and hustling is hustling, man. You got to get out there. You got to move around. So how do you kind of balance that all as a comedian, as a mother, as a wife or a girlfriend? How do you balance that?
Well, before Pooh came around, that's my baby. I call her Pooh. She does have a real name. So everybody was like, why she always calling her Pooh? Her nickname is Pooh. She black. Okay. Everybody had a nickname. Mine was Bigfoot. What you want? Okay. With Pooh, when Pooh came around, it was more of she comes first. So everything as far as an event or a show, or me going out on the road to do an event or a show, I always factor her in it before I take that event or show. I've been doing a lot of local stuff because I just finished my master's. I'm getting my doctorate. I have a toddler now. Yeah, so I can only do so much. So I usually will only take 2 events a month. Whereas before she came around, it was I do any fucking event, any fucking I'm getting on the plane, I'll be there. You know what I mean? It was that intense. Now it's more of I'm not trying to have my daughter grow up and be twerking on Instagram. I'm trying to be her mother. You know what I'm saying?
Twerking on TikTok.
Twerking on TikTok.
TikTok.
So I'm very much a mother to her. It was 6 o'clock here when me and you started. Wow. So today I got the morning off. I have Tuesday morning off. Which is really my only time really off. But this morning she's going to the dentist, and then she's going to her swim class because she has swim class on Tuesday. Right. And then she's going to eat lunch, and then she's going to get another COVID test because I get her tested so often because I worry about her because she's small and she can't get a shot. So a lot of stuff I try to cram in to make sure she's straight, and she's good. I also have it written into my contract that says if she can't go, I'm not going. So you like me, great. You found me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, wherever. You wanted to book me, great. You sent the money, great. But you need to sign that contract because at the end of the day, if you got a problem with my daughter coming, then we're not dealing.
Wow.
So she's been a lot of places.
How did she like it on the road? How did she like it?
Once she hit 10,000 feet, she's unconscious. So again, if you look back, you'll see plenty of pictures of her on a plane out, just out. And now she'll say, I want to go on a plane. So if it's something like that, I have the Plano Comedy Festival was slated for this month, and they had to postpone it because Texas, they don't know how to do nothing right. They ended up postponing it, but it's 4 days in Plano, Texas, Plano, Texas Comedy Festival, and she's going to that. I have a house in Dallas, so she'll still be able to go home and sleep in her other bed and stuff like that when I do that event. That's the one good thing about having multiple locations where I know people and things can be calm and somewhat normal for her.
Yeah, that's great. Now with the new age comedy with skits and Instagram, TikTok, as we talk about, and how some of these comedians getting in the game versus, you know, the hustle and the grind, true grind of maybe your era. Do you get involved in that? The skits and the Insta? I know you have a good following as well. I mean, on Facebook, I follow you on Facebook, but do you kind of get into that type of hustle, I would say?
Really, I don't have time. I mean, like, legitimately, I'm a stage comedian. I mean, you give me a stage and a mic and give me 15 minutes, I got you. I got you. So I'm not so much the TikTok person, you know what I'm saying? I'm probably never going to do that. I have Instagram. I'm never on there. If you go back and look, I'm never on there like that. I'm a stage comedian. I feel like I'm one of the last of the old school stage comedians.
Right.
You want to book me for a show? I'm going to be there. You going to book me for a show? Let me know if it's blue or not. You know what I mean? I don't tend to do a lot of clean comedy. I can do it. But I don't tend to do a lot of clean comedy. So I feel like I'm more of an old school comedian, more of Tommy Too Smooth type deal. And I'm not saying I'm Tommy Too Smooth, but Tommy Too Smooth is a fucking monster on the stage. You can't fuck with Tommy nowhere. Talent Harris, you can't. Talent been doing it 30 years from when Def Jam was on. Right. I had Talent call me one day and was like, yo, I saw you last night and the first 15 minutes, you was killing it. Everything was great. And I was like, yeah. He said, then what the fuck happened? I was like, I don't know. And it was the first time I ever got booed by one dude in the crowd, fucking hater. I was in New Jersey. I was at home. I was like, yo, I'm going home and I'm going to kill this. I ain't worried about nothing. Yeah, I had hung around in Brooklyn all that day. And I was like, I'm going to do this show in Jersey and I'm going to kill it. It was at the Stress Factory.
Right.
And I went in there and I was in the green room, and the green room was actually green. And I'm in there just chilling. And some of the comedians came through and was like, what's up, what's up, what's up, what's up, what's up? All right, cool. And they were like, you going up next? I was like, all right. So I get up there, and I mean, for real, first 15 minutes, flawless, didn't have a problem. Everything was great. I was getting comfortable. I was like, okay, I'm going to round this out, and I'm going to kill it.
Right.
And one little turtleneck wearing hater said, boo. And when he did it, it's like everything stopped. And I looked around, I was like, this nigga just boo me? And I guess my face said it too. And then everybody went, ooh. And I said, motherfucker, I know you didn't just boo me, because I had never been booed before, ever.
Right.
And I said, I know you didn't just boo me. I said, do I come to your trailer park with all them goddamn holes in the sides you stick your dick in? I know you didn't just boo me. And it went downhill from there. I was so mad. And I never get mad like that on stage.
Yeah.
I was so mad. You could see fire coming out of my mouth. And I saw people just like, no, don't go down that path. But it was too late. I was already down it. You had already went. Yeah. And once it happened, there was no coming back from it. And I just hate that it happened. So
how did you bounce back? Like, did you?
I tore that motherfucker up. I tore his ass up. Oh, yeah. Buddy. I spent the rest of my time tearing his ass up.
Right.
Oh, I was like, motherfucker, you know how much I had to how much stuff I had to do to get here for this show? Are you outside your fuck? And what really pissed me off was Tina Graham was there.
Right.
And I tell all comedians, if you don't know who the fuck Tina Graham is, me and you don't even need to be on the same stage. Okay? Tina Graham was there, and this was the first time I ever met Tina. It's like a rapper meeting Jay-Z. Okay? Tina Graham been in the comedy game for so long, producing shows, doing events. It was my first time meeting Tina Graham, and I was smiling like a damn hooker with $20. Okay? I was so happy. So she was there, and this nigga booed me, buddy. I think that when I got finished and I got back to that green room between the tears, because I cried. I was that mad about it. I cried. Right. And Talent came back there and was like, you all right? And I was like, no. And Tommy came back there and was like, you all right? And I was like, no. And I just cried for like 45 minutes straight. And I went back to my hotel, and Talent called me next day, and he was like, you straight? And I was like, no. And he was like, you look like you was about to jump off a damn building last night. And I was like, I was. That's how upset I was. Because I felt like I had a lot riding on that event. You know what I mean? And when you meet your idols, you know what I'm saying? You don't want to fail in front of your idols. And this one dude just shitted on me that night. And I mean, first 15 minutes was good though.
You learned from it.
Yeah.
Because you get sometimes that's part of the battle too, dealing with hecklers. I'm assuming when you're on stage, how, obviously outside of that situation, how do you deal with that?
From that, I learned either you could ignore them or you can go in on them. If you go in on them, the rest of your material's gone for the night. There's nothing you can do. Right. Some people just ignore them. I've heard people that I respect say, don't ever do crowd work. Don't ever do crowd work. You never know what they're going to say or do. But it really depends on the person, depends on the venue, depends on the crowd, all of that. If the crowd is with you and somebody interrupts or heckles or whatever, the crowd usually will stay with you. But if the crowd wasn't feeling you to begin with, you know what I'm saying? You haven't found your footing and somebody heckles you, they're going to go with the heckler. So you got to establish your shit early.
Now, being in the game, I know there's you have some favorite comedians that you may like. What are your top 5 comedians? Oh boy. Female.
And this shit gets me in trouble too.
Female or male, you ain't got to go with the big name comedians. You could be somebody that you may personally like. Just give me your top 5.
Okay. Like and respect are two different things, but I will always, till the day I die, like Joan Rivers. And as people don't like I say that, fuck you, okay? Look at my face. Fuck you. If you don't like the fact that I like Joan Rivers, fuck you. I like Joan Rivers for the simple fact, I saw a documentary on her, and she had a room full of file cabinets. And she had wrote down every fucking joke she ever told. This whole room had file cabinets. I remember watching this woman when she was pregnant on, I won't say the Ed Sullivan show, but it might have been Carson. I remember she did it till the day she died. Joan Rivers was a fucking monster. And if you ever watch her material, you gotta be like, yo, I never saw her that way. I respect her because she did it till the day she died. Can't nobody take that from her, okay? But I've had black comedians go, why don't you say Whoopi Goldberg? I don't like Whoopi shit, okay? It's that simple. I don't like Whoopi shit. Whoopi doesn't speak to me. And don't just say because she black, I should give her. I don't. No, you don't get a pass because you black. You don't. Okay, I know some whack-ass black comedians here. I could name their names. You know who I'm talking about. Right. But I like Joan Rivers. I have a Joan Rivers purse. Don't play with me. I used it the other night.
What?
George Carlin. George Carlin was one of the original monsters. You can't sit back and watch George Carlin and be like, I don't like him. What? What's wrong with you? George Carlin is excellence. Excellence. I I like, of course, Chappelle. Everybody's on Chappelle.
Yeah,
but I like Chappelle.
Dave was always been one of the guys that standing out because he could go a lot of ways with it. You know, he made points. It was comedy.
Now, when he did Half Baked, I was like, I don't even get this because I don't smoke weed. But
Half Baked, a classic.
Yeah. But and I mean, the people who usually like Half Baked because they be smoking weed, and I was like, and I was more of, I don't smoke weed, I don't do dope, I don't drink like that, so I don't get it. Right. But then when he came out with the Chappelle Show, and I saw one of his stand-ups, it was like, oh, I get it. So I like Chappelle for other reasons, not the commercial shit. Okay. Chris Rock, always my favorite. Always one of my favorites. Chris Rock has been an intelligent black comedian for forever. Okay? You can't take nothing from Rock. You can't. People try. You can't take nothing from Rock. You watch his specials or his documentaries, and he's trying to do good, like his little special he did on Good Hair. He did this thing about good hair. He did it for his daughters.
I've seen that.
Yeah. And he did it for his daughters. You know what I'm saying? So it wasn't like he was out there just trying to get that check. Because there's some comedians who do fuck shit just to get that check.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Who would I have to round it out with? They're not big, but they're big to me because I've seen them work. I'd have to give it to 2 because they're not big. Okay, I'm gonna give it to 2 because they're not big. Big Wheezy. There's a comedian that opened for Cat Williams, and this is kind of how I met Cat. Big Wheezy out of LA. I like him because he's a gracious man. I like him because his material is real world shit. I like him because he ain't never gonna lie to you. You know what I'm saying? And you toured with Cat. I mean, come on, you were the opening act for Cat for years. Okay. He's had breakfast with me. We chilled out. He met my baby. That's my dog. And he always tell me, you fucking up. And I'm like, all right, let me chill. And he'll give me words of wisdom every now and then. And then Roger Rod. Now, people who are in the game will look at Roger Rod and say, Roger? Okay, listen. Roger looks like a surfer dude, blonde hair, older cat, California, who did all the black clubs coming up. If you think you're going to step on stage with Roger and stink up the stage before he get up there, you're mistaken. Roger going to turn that bitch out, okay? He's going to let me just really sit back and think. It doesn't matter what you look like, doesn't matter where you come from, doesn't matter who you are. You're here because you love this craft, you love this job, you love the game. You give the motherfuckers 100% every time, and I'll give it to Roger. I mean, Roger and Wheezy, I have to give it to both of them. So, yeah.
Yeah, that's what it is, man. That's a great list. So what's next for JoyLane?
Buddy.
What we got going? What we got?
I'm taking my baby to the dentist. I'm taking my baby to the dentist. What's up next? I have a show in this little hick-ass town in Utah. The guy saw me at something else, and he asked one of the promoters, can you get her? And at first I said no because I was busy. And then something fell through, and he was like, can you get her now? And I was like, yeah. It's in, oh gosh, hick-ass town in Utah. It's on my page.
In Utah. It's on your page. I see you posted it.
I posted, but I don't remember. I really don't ever look at when and where until like a couple of days before, and it's like the 16th. So I'll look at it like the 13th and know where it is.
Hick-ass town on the 16th.
The hick-ass town on the 16th. I know I have, oh gosh, my brain is so bad. People ask me where your event's at, and I'm like, look at my page. Because as soon as I can get it, I'll post it. Oh God. And you don't know how to promote yourself, Joy. You need to figure that out.
But what people can follow you at, actually? What people can follow you at?
Honestly, you look on my Facebook page. I always post shit. I have an Instagram. I couldn't give you my Instagram's handle to save my left titty right now. I mean, like legit, I don't know what it is. I'm not that comedian. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Buy my merchandise. Buy my T-shirts. I'm not that one. So I always post it. And I have fans who'll hit me up like, how do you get tickets, whatever. But off top of my head, I mean, legit, I don't fucking
listen. If you ever come to South Carolina and do a stand-up, you gotta come. You gotta come holler at me. Let me know. You know,
I was.
Now
that's the thing.
Shows, I was
gonna do one. And actually in April.
Right.
And then the April of the pandemic, I was gonna do one. I got some comedians I know from Florida and talked to them about it. And we mashed it up a little bit. And it was Mac Page and Brandon Houston. And we talked about it because I worked with them before. And they were like, yo, you really want to do this? I was like, yeah, let's do it because I haven't done anything in that area like ever. And they were like, well, if you want to do it, let's go ahead and get it started. Then the pandemic hit. And I was like, okay, niggas, listen. I'm not getting on nobody's nothing, and I'm not driving to South Carolina. So that's what happened with that. But we did plan something right when the pandemic hit. Right. And so it's been kind of shelved for now. I need to revisit that one day because, people from Lawrence hit me up all the time. Like, when you going to do a show here? And I was like, y'all don't want me to do a damn show there because I'm talking about all y'all motherfuckers. I'm talking about all y'all because hey, I don't have no filters. So I'm talking about all y'all. You ain't gonna talk about me. I'm talking about your ass too. Absolutely. So I'm talking about Johnny Wilson's Curb Market. And I'm talking about all that. So
there it is. Yeah. Well, we thank you for stopping by, coming to chat with me, man. I really, really appreciate it. I think we should have been done this. I think I was kind of late to the party, so I should have been done this with you. But I greatly, greatly appreciate it. It's been fun. There it is, JoyLane. It's your boy, Mark Goodman, a.k.a. the voice box of the block. We out. Thank you.
No matter the topic, whatever it is, then you know that we got you. We spread all the knowledge. We talk about politics, even the gossip. You can hear us on Spotify or tune in to YouTube. You even can watch us. I know we got haters. I can promise you one thing that we never stopping. It's the Good Guy Podcast. I ain't bragging, but we are the greatest. It's the Good Guy Podcast.